It's WHUR's 2015 World Tour to Italy, April 9th through the 19th.
Benvenuti al nostro paese.
Okay, now there also involves breakfast and lunch on the tours, and there's also free time. Why don't you explain about that as well?
We do. Most of the tours are going to be half-day tours so that you have some time on your own to explore the cities, because that's part of any trip as well, is doing that exploration on your own. But yes, all of our packages always include breakfast. That's the one meal that you need to really get your day going, so that you're fueled up and ready to go when we hit the road. And we also include lunch every day on the tour, with the exception of the last day where we have our fantastic farewell dinner. All of our lunches include wine, and they're mostly three-course lunches. So this is what I'm saying when you talk about those differences and people ask about the price points. It's a matter of, are you going to spend it now or are you going to spend it later? Because you still have to eat. But I don't want to just feed you for sustenance. Otherwise, I can give you a bagel and we can keep going.
Right.
So we like to stop at some really nice restaurants that are more about that cultural experience.
And we're also going to have a personal tour guide as well, correct?
Absolutely. A personal tour guide and English speaking, of course, in each of the cities that we go to. So with the company, we have a tour manager. That's the person on the ground at the destination that's going to take care of all of the logistics and make sure that everything's happening the way that it should be happening, that kind of go-to person. Then you have your tour guides, the ones that are knowledgeable about the history and are going to tell you about the destination and the sites that we're going to see. And then you have your tour escort, which is that representative from Advantage International who works very closely with the tour manager to make sure that everything is taken care of.
The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed the minute you step foot in the airport with Advantage International and WHUR. It's definitely a trip of a lifetime. Again, I'm talking to Javon Harley of Advantage International. The trip to Italy, WHUR World Tour 2015 is April 9th through the 19th. So get ready, pack your bags. We would love to have you come along. A lot of you are probably saying, well, I don't have anyone to go with, or I don't know. Now, the I don't know, I'm sure, comes with the financial aspect and also the apprehensiveness of going to a trip of that magnitude alone. Why don't you add comfort with these typical questions or concerns that may arise?
Well, I like to refer to them as single travelers, not traveling alone, because you're not traveling alone.
Exactly.
You're traveling with a wonderful group of people. You're traveling with other WHUR listeners. You're traveling with WHUR, including Tracina Gray.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it, yes. And we become quite a family, too. I mean, everyone, by the end of the trip, and actually at the beginning of the trip, the bonding starts to happen. So it's a beautiful experience, and I'm looking forward to it.
It really does. But if you want to address the price issue as far as having to pay that single supplement for a room to yourself, if you are willing, we help you in matching you with someone else that you can share a room with and share the cost of the trip. So you can still pay the double occupancy rate if you're a single traveler, or you can go as a single traveler and pay the single supplement as well. But never consider yourself as traveling alone, because you are with a group of like-minded people.
And I find it awfully interesting and complimentary how Advantage International couples people together, because I've been on trips with you, and when I meet people and I ask them, well, how long have you known each other? Oh, well, we just met. We're roommates. Advantage International connected us together. And there is just such a level of relief and comfort. So congratulations on doing a great job with that.
Well, thank you. And one of the things that we do in the process is we certainly ask a few questions. But we also put you in contact with one another. So some people have the opportunity to meet before the trip, and we encourage that. So talk on the phone, communicate by email, meet in person if you can, maybe have some coffee or lunch or something like that. And then we always have an orientation prior, and you get to meet everyone at that time as well.
And another thing I've noticed with our WHUR World Tours with Advantage International, like you said, like minds, the people that come are a reflection of our listeners, 25 and over. We have senior citizens, retirees. We definitely have grown, beautiful people traveling with us. And like you said, there's just an air of positivity that flows when we travel as a group.
There really is, and as you talked about that bond, and we do look out for each other. People, go out in the evening to enjoy the city. They usually will go out in groups and organize smaller groups of their own and have such a wonderful time. I've been out on some of those evenings with people and have had a fantastic time. And those are some of the best stories when you come back. And like one time we went to a nightclub in a city and trying to get back when all the taxis were full, and we ventured out and got on a public bus to go back to our hotel, but we did it together and we looked out for each other and no one left anybody. So yes, you do form those bonds and those friendships, and there have been friendships and even marriage proposals that have come out of some of our trips. Yes, there have been.
Oh, that's wonderful. And people are probably saying, wow, I'm going to give Advantage International a call because I'm feeling a level of comfort now, because that's another thing. When you go out of the country and then you are able to be with a group with Advantage International and WHUR, that level of comfort is so warranted, because traveling out of the country can actually be fearful and challenging for a lot of people who would love to, take that step out on faith and just go for it. But the added comfort level is there traveling in a group setting.
It certainly is, and even more so in a group. That is the beauty of group travel, is that you can travel as a single person and you're not alone, and really explore a country and go to places that you may not venture out to on your own if you were, in fact, traveling alone. And so we do take pride in that, and we also take pride in providing that experience of a destination so that you're not just on a fast-paced trip where you're just seeing the sights, but you really get to experience it, and you come back with a story to tell.
Talking to Javon Harley of Advantage International. The number, Javon, please, for those that are listening and would like to just pick up the phone and hurry up and call.
Absolutely. It's 877-428-2773. Again, it's 877-428-2773.